What up? What up? What up? Day 63. Naked Tuesdays. Anybody out there getting naked with somebody? Salute to you. I'll be naked by myself. My bad, y'all. Let me turn this down. Shit. All right. I'm gonna wait to if you're watching this on replay, go ahead and just go to the 1 minute 30-second mark. I'm gonna give about a minute to let people come in. All right. Got about 30 seconds left. All right. 5 seconds. I know I started it late, so all right, here we go. Talking about I'm gonna just show y'all. Let me present what's going on. Yo, what's good? All right, let me show y'all. All right, can y'all see that? I think y'all can. Okay, so NBA star, 23-year-old NBA star Anthony Edwards has allegedly filed a motion declaring that he wants no part in visitation or custody of his 4-month-old daughter with 37-year-old Aisha Howard. So, I got her pregnant a while ago. And when he got her pregnant, he asked her, I think he had asked her to get rid of the baby, like, or what? Were you getting rid of it? Or one of the two. But he was trying to actively get her to get rid of it. So this is a touchy subject because there's so many layers to it. So let's just talk about some of the layers, right? One, is he wrong? Do y'all think he's wrong for asking her? Well, basically filed a motion declaring that he wants no parts of visitation or custody of his daughter. Do you think he's wrong? I want to see what y'all say first. Do y'all think he's wrong for that? The man said, I want no parts. I don't want to visit her. I don't want custody, and I don't want to visit. You can have her. This is his daughter. And this is a daughter that he, I guess, was actively trying to get rid of before. Do y'all think that he's wrong for that? Yes, no, maybe so. Let me get something in the comments before I go on. Let me see if it's a delay on the comment section. I'm gonna see if I can change it. Hold up. Because that be happening sometimes. I don't think I could. Oh yeah, here we go. Can change it right here. I know y'all can't see what I'm doing. All right, there we go. All right, so we got that sad. He's not wrong if he didn't want to have children. All right, so we got conflicting. One is saying it's sad. One is saying he's not wrong if he didn't want to have kids. So she's keeping that bank. Yeah. So all right, I don't know if it's wrong or not. I'm just gonna give different perspectives, right? It's not saying it's wrong. It's not saying it's correct. I just like to think outside the box. I like to think twice, right? So in one instance, I don't know if y'all remember when the Dave Chappelle skit, well, comedy, where he was saying, he basically was saying, if a man doesn't want to have the kid and the woman has every right to either get rid of the kid or keep the kid, if he's saying he doesn't want to have a kid, should he have to pay child support? Because he doesn't have any right on whether she gets to keep it or not. So if he wants to keep it and she doesn't want to keep it, he has no right. But if he doesn't want to keep it and she wants to keep it, she can now keep it and then put him on child support. So I feel what he is saying. I understand it, right? I understand the concept. It's it is sad for the baby, for sure. So that's one aspect to look at it. That's one way of looking at it. Now, in this situation, I don't know if she's going to put him on child support, or more than likely she's going to try to put him on child support. But if he doesn't have no visitation rights, he doesn't want custody, is the child support going to be less now? Or is it going to be more? Like, how does that work? Like, but he did say he didn't want the kid. Now, how I feel personally, if you have a kid, it will be hard for me to just be cool with just saying, yo, I'm just not going to see my kid at all. But I guess to each his own, you know what I mean? Everybody's different. I had to start looking at it a little bit different. All parents aren't the same. And I know it is sad, but even when you look at it in the animal kingdom, right? Like, I know it's crazy because it's the animal kingdom, we humans, but at the end of the day, you still have an offspring, regardless, right? Animal kingdom or not, they still love their offspring, how we love our offspring. But there's some in the animal kingdom that they get rid of their kids, their offspring. I'm gonna say kids, but y'all know what I mean. I don't feel like saying offspring every time. So where they disown their offspring, you know what I mean? So that happens as well. So I guess we as humans are no better. There's some parents who just don't care at all. They have kids and they just feel like, hey, I didn't really want you here. You know what I mean? So I don't care if you're here or not. I'm gone. To not see her father, to later hear how he didn't want her. Yeah, I know it's gonna be hard for the little girl. It's gonna be real hard for the little girl. So who is then the problem there, right? If he's saying he don't want the kid and she's gonna have it anyways, is she part to blame? Everybody is automatically gonna start blaming him because they're like, oh, you don't want no parts of your kid. Okay, we got that part. But if you know that I'm about to have a kid with a father who doesn't want to have a kid, then aren't you part to blame as well? Because you are deciding to bring a kid into this world selfishly, because that's what it is at this point. It would become selfish because I'm bringing it in this situation specifically, right? More so than others. We know it's about the money, right? She's 37 years old and she got with a young, at the time, 22-year-old NBA superstar. So we know it's about the money. So she bringing them in selfishly. But let's say if it wasn't a situation like that, you're still bringing in that child because you want a child. Maybe it's not about the money, but you're bringing in a child thinking I can raise a child by myself. So, it's selfish, and the father is fucked up for disowning the child. But the mother is just as fucked up for allowing the child to come into this world, knowing that it's not going to have the father. You know what I mean? Absolutely about the money, and she's going to win in court. No baby made a decision to have a baby without his consent. Hold up. No baby made a decision to have a baby without his consent. If he wanted the baby and she didn't, then it would be okay. If he wanted, people would agree with her then. I'm a little confused on what you're saying. I'm sorry. But anyways, well, hold on, let me read some more of y'all stuff. Well, if she knew he didn't want kids, then she should have been on some type of birth control. Sounds like the baby is a pawn to get a check. Yeah, well, we know that for sure. So let's exclude her out of it, right? Let's just say if it was another similar situation with two people that is making ordinary income, and the guy is saying, I don't want a kid, and she has the kid anyways. Everybody looks at the guy as, yo, that's fucked up, because they feel bad for the kid. But the mom is also part of the problem, because you're bringing the kid into the world knowing that the father wants no part of it. So the girl is going to grow up with that pain, or the kid in this, in this situation it was a daughter, but the girl is going to grow up with that pain, knowing this, but you willingly knew that was going to happen as well. And remember, despite what people say, a kid is not a kid until it's officially here and breathing. I know it sounds harsh, right? It does sound harsh, but a kid is truly not a kid until it's here breathing. It has no soul, no spirit, no nothing until it's actually out on this earth, right? So, so you got to think about it like that. Let me see exactly. Ordinary income is still a check for the lady. Oh, it can be, but I'm not talking about in the situations where there's a check, because not every woman that has a kid with that has a kid, even though the guy doesn't want a kid, is because she's looking for a check. So I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I'll be foolish to say that. It's some women who want kids, or they just feel like I can't get rid of the kid or whatever. They might just want the kid, right? But it's not always about a check. He also shouldn't have laid down with her then. But women can be sneaky and lie about birth control to trap men. Yeah. So, but when he laid down with her, like you said, we don't know what was going on. We don't know if she did lie or anything like that. But we're gonna for a second, we're gonna take this situation out of it, right? Because I think everybody collectively know what happened, even though we wasn't there. She probably trapped him. You know what I mean? He's a superstar player with mad bread, so she probably trapped him. But in other situations, because this is not always the case, that's why I said so many layers to this, right? What is based off of what's going on in this conversation? I think both parties are wrong, because they're not thinking about the child when the child is here. When a child has a conscience and knows what's going on, they're not thinking about the child. So if you actively know that this man does not want to have a kid, then maybe you shouldn't have a kid with him. Now, as the man, if you know you don't want a kid with a woman, then you have to take precautions as well ahead of time. You know what I mean? Now, back to this situation, we all know that she trapped him. You know what I mean? She's 37, he's 23. I don't know too many 37-year-old women, especially ones that look good, right? That still look good, that are interested in 23-year-old boys, or not boys, excuse me. I'm not even one of those people. I hate to say that. 23-year-old young men. You know what I mean? 22. Well, at the time he was 22. So unless it's because he got money, I'm sure his people, they if you know anything about Anthony Edwards, they'd be like, oh, he's a star. Like, people kind of like him and stuff. But I guarantee you, if you were to sit down and really have conversation with him, it ain't too many layers that a grown ass woman is going to be interested in. Like, she's not going to be necessarily intrigued by his conversation. He just doesn't have, even with him being in the NBA, he just doesn't have enough life experience. So I can't see that happening, unless he just got money, which he does, unless he has clout because he's a superstar NBA player, which he does. He's on commercials, all of that stuff. So it was all a trap. Let me see. The mother, knowing that he didn't want a baby and still decided to have. Later on, she will have explained to the kid while the father is not around. Will she tell the child the real story? Probably not. She probably wouldn't. She probably just going to say he didn't want no parts of you. So she could continue to look like the hero. So she could continue to look like the person who got love for the baby and stuff like that. So do you think, being that he says he doesn't want any type of visitation or custody, that he should still be hit with this high ass child support? That's the thing. And I'm gonna take it to the comments. The story she should tell the kid is that he didn't want kids and she chose to have it anyway, so that's her responsibility. Okay, let me go to the comments real quick. I want to see what some of these comments are saying. Is this it? Yeah. All right. So I won't be able to see what y'all saying for a little bit because I don't have the split screens yet. So I'm gonna read and then come back. Hold on. Somebody just asked me if I'm still live. Yeah. All right. Hold on 1 second. Check my scores, my bets real quick. All right. So comments. Isn't this the guy that already had a bunch of kids he barely takes care of and directly told her he doesn't want a kid? I don't know if he has kids or not. I know a white guy in the military that had a baby by some woman he didn't even remember having sex with, but it was his kid. Paternity test proved it. By the time he knew about it, the kid was like 4 to 5 years old. He paid child support and refused to ever meet the child. He was married with a kid of his own, so that was that. If women can make the choice to refuse the father access to the child, then fathers can refuse the kid too. As the women love to say, it goes both ways. Interesting point. Let me see if y'all say anything. Okay, cool. This entire comment section is slow as hell. If he knew he didn't want a kid, then he should have took measures to prevent it. Stop being one-sided because y'all are miserable. Why people gotta be why why do women always gotta insult every time? Like why I don't understand that. Also, stop acting like he is a child. He's 23. Why are y'all coddling him? If he don't want nothing to do with that woman, okay, but punishing the baby is a weird ass move, and some of y'all weird for praising it. But so this is what made me ask that question, because she's saying he's punishing the baby, but the mother is also punishing the baby. I do agree that he is punishing the baby, but the mother is punishing the baby because she decided to have the baby anyways, knowing that he didn't want it. You know, so because he made that statement early when she got pregnant. It had leaked that he did ask her to have an abortion. All right, let me see if what y'all saying. Okay. Consent to sex means agreeing to engage in sexual act at a specific time, while consent to having a baby means actively choosing to become pregnant and carry a pregnancy to term, meaning that simply consenting to sex does not automatically equate to consenting to potential pregnancy or parenthood. A person can consent to sex without consenting to the possibility of having a baby as a result. I wonder where you got this information from. It looked like it's from probably from Google. Either that or it's probably from Google. He didn't want a child. Now you'll be raising it alone. Leave these YRN alone. What's YRN? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Also, she old enough to be his elder. Now she's a single grandma. Why is he a 40-year-old? Why is a 40-year-old even attracted to a fresh 20-year-old? Yuck. Unpopular opinion, let deadbeats be deadbeats. Never force people to be around kids they don't want. It's dangerous for the children. That's a good point too. It can be dangerous to the kids, but I don't think she even cares. She probably don't want him to be around, you know. It doesn't matter to her, as long as she getting that check. Why shoot the club up if you don't want kids though? Yeah, that too. For those who don't know, shoot the club up just means, you know, to basically finish inside of her with no condom. The mom is probably doing the most. Women who do the most don't explain to the public that they are doing the most. And a lot of times the men have to remove themselves from the situation completely because the mother is using the child as a tool to play games with the dad. Stop raw dogging these chicks if you're not ready for the possible outcomes. Is this a dude? Yeah. Lose a move for real. Yeah. So I do agree with that. At the end of the day, people make mistakes, right? People make mistakes. But when you have millions of dollars. And you know that a good 85% of the women that you come across, if not more, is trying to, oh, young rich nigga, okay. 85% of the women that you come across are trying to get with you because you make a lot of money and they want that paycheck. You got to be more careful when you having sex. You can't just be shooting up the club for real, for real. Like that's crazy. So, and the thing that's fascinating to me, right, is all of these dudes that fall for the same shit over and over and over. Like they ain't got nothing to lose. Like, yo, you got mad bread to lose. And it's not like you struggling to have sex. You have access to a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? So like I just don't understand it. So should he pay child support still? I think regardless, because he did fuck up, that he still needs to pay something regardless. You didn't have to fuck up. Even if you asked her to get rid of it, you know off the rip that this is a high probability that if I have sex with her raw, that she could get pregnant. And if she gets pregnant, you know, you got to have common sense. You got to know. And here's the thing. These NBA players aren't stupid to the point of, they're not ignorant, excuse me. They're not ignorant. Every superstar player, every person that goes into the league, I've watched shows and all of this where it was former athletes talking about this. So when you come into the league, whether it's NBA or NFL or whatever, they have like sit downs and they have guest speakers. One time, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Deion Sanders, he brought Brittany Renner, who also trapped a dude. She trapped PJ Washington. He plays for Dallas. But he had her come and talk to all the college players that was on the team. And she sat there and she talked to the whole squad and let them know how these women are. So it's not like they ignorant and they don't know. So even the whole trap thing, really, it's a hustle. At this point, you ain't get trapped. Let's keep it a buck. This woman is 37 years old. Why? You should be questioning, why is she into me? Like, I understand he confident. I understand you think you fly. But why is this 37-year-old woman into me? Right? Look at her career. Does she have a career of her own? Or is she just one of the bad bitches to just go, you know, just living off of dudes' money? Right? You got to look at all of these things. So I do kind of feel like, nah, you still gotta pay for it. Because you brought a life into this world. You know what I mean? And it was dumb because you knew better. And you knew better. I don't care how young you are. You know better because you're constantly told we got to start giving an excuse of, oh, because you're young. Now you know better. And he knew better. At that age, he was in the league for 4 years. You've been a superstar. You've been told by the veterans on the team. You've been told when you first got into the league doing these I don't know if you want to call them seminars or whatever, but for all the rookies coming into the league, they telling you about money management and all of these different things, how to deal with family who come into your life, who trying to, you know, everybody now, all your family members is popping up out of nowhere. So all of these players know this. And he been in the league 4 years, man. You just was careless, man. You just thought you was gonna be able to pay her off to get rid of the baby, which is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Why even put her through that in the first place? Let's keep it real. Right? To just be like, yo, I'm gonna just do it, and if she get pregnant, I'm gonna just convince her to get rid of it. Regardless of how I felt about, you know, the baby, if it's not breathing, is not technically, you know, it's still something that is, from what I've been told, because I obviously am a man, so I don't fully know. It's still something that hits a woman hard. So you got to be somewhat sensitive to that. You can't just be like, yo, I'm gonna get her pregnant and then just basically pay her to get rid of it. You know what I mean? Even if the girl, let's just hypothetically say she was trying to trap him into a whole marriage and a relationship, right? Or let's give her the benefit of the doubt, and maybe she just was like, "Yo, I want to live the lifestyle. Like, I'm fucking with him. Yeah, he young because I could go on trips and all this stuff, but didn't plan to get pregnant, right? She wasn't thinking. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt on this. She wasn't thinking about getting pregnant. She still could have gotten pregnant, and then when it come down to now getting rid of the baby, now it's like, damn, like, do I really want to do this? And it got to be hard for a woman to do it. So at some point, he still got to take some responsibility. You know what I mean? But I still don't think that was the case. I think she really was trying to trap him. Does she have any children, or would this be her first? I don't know. That's a good question. I wonder if she do. But like with the Brittany Renner situation, she didn't have any kids, and she got pregnant by PJ, and she was older. There was another Jalen Green. He got Drea pregnant. She was like in that upper echelon. I think she might be 40 now. But like, you got to think, why is this woman this old really, wanting me? You know what I mean? She 20, almost 20 years older than you. Why do she want you? 15 to 20 years. You got to think this is not normal. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it is wrong or anything, but it's not normal. It's not normal for older women to want younger men. Outside of maybe, she just wants sex, or they want that bag. They trapping you. Brittany Renner put it out there. She gave the exact steps on how to do it. She made a video about it, explaining to women how you trap these dudes. And she said in the video, she was like, and girls, and you ain't got to worry because they all want to have sex raw. So if you want to get pregnant, find you an NBA player. If you want that bag, find your NBA player because they all want to have sex raw. That's what she said. I'm paraphrasing, but it was close enough. That's what she said. So they know this. You gotta, the man gotta take some blame in this situation, for sure. He knows better. Let's go back to the comments real quick. Then I'm gonna wrap this up because I'm hungry. All right. She tried to groom that man into funding her lifestyle. I don't blame him. I blame these women. Okay, this is a dude. Their hypergamy is broken beyond repair. Blind leading blind. She could have a quality good man, but instead she chose lust over quality. Most guys in the NBA, especially in America, especially the American players, all know the only reason women like them is due to their paper. But that's the thing. If he know that, then why he ain't take better precaution? He know that shit. That's the equivalent of the girl on like an OnlyFans girl, just when an Instagram woman, she know that most of the guys that's coming after her just want to have sex. So if she just start entertaining every guy, that's on her. So if you're an NBA player or you're a guy that has a lot of money, and all of a sudden all these women are entertaining you, that's on you if you're gonna be reckless. The love, the respect, and the whole like, oh, because she older, you should have known automatically. It is a little bit of a hold on, let me make sure, because I was reading this and I didn't show y'all. It is a little bit of a what's the word I'm looking for? Damn, I can't even think of the word. I'm so tired. I can't even think of the word. But men going after younger women, and they're going after younger women, but versus women going after younger men. Like, men typically go after younger women. Not saying it's okay, but they do. and will marry that younger woman and everything. But women don't usually go after younger men and looking to get married and all of that. So you got to know automatically, hey, something's wrong here. If this woman wants me, if she's that interested in me, it got to be something wrong. You are not that great. I don't care who you are. You're not that great. Maybe 4 or 5 years older, but 15-year gap. If a woman is that much older, you ought to know off the rip. You know what I mean? So, let me see. The love, the respect was never genuine to begin with, and so paying for the child is easier than undergoing 18 years of custody in court and ongoing bullshit with these females. Imagine being 37 and having a baby by a 23-year-old. How are you not embarrassed? You can be an adult and still be preyed on by people like her. Same with young women. This is shameful. Yeah. But okay, I know what I was saying. The preyed on part. That's what okay. I don't really see it as her preying on him because of the fact that he should just know better. Like when men typically date younger, period, right? Whether it be a year or sometimes, it'd be way younger. That's normal. Whether you think it's all right or not, it's still normal where they'll find a woman 10 years, they're junior, and marry them and be married for a long period of time. That's typically normal, right? So, but men can also just use their age to just prey on younger women as well. So make her feel like she's getting, a good quality man and all of that good shit. But really, in all actuality, she's not getting that. He's just trying to have sex with her and that's it. He's just going to use her for sex. But the other way is not the thing. She not preying on him because he knew better. See, the younger woman, she doesn't fully know better because naturally she's already attracted to older men. Now, the age gap could be shorter. Sometimes it's only a year or 2 or 5 years. Some women don't like a guy more than 5 years. Some like older men, right? Really older men because they feel like they're not playing as many games, even though, that happens as well. But they feel like they're more mature. They can have a better conversation with them. They're not playing the games. They're not trying to run the streets. So that older man can manipulate because he can genuinely be into her, or he could just be bullshitting, right? So I could understand a little bit more on how the younger woman will be confused. So that man would be preying on her, right? But vice versa, that's not the case. The older woman is typically never looking for a younger man to say, yo, I want to marry a man 15 years my junior. And him being who he is, he already know how women coming at them, young and old. So if it's older, for sure. Like if it's a young one, I could see if he had got trapped because maybe he was thinking she was really into him. But a woman 15 years older than you, there's no way you thought, oh, she's really into me. So why are you having sex raw? That's on him. So you can't get mad at him. On that note, I'm out. Peace.